Councillor Niamh FitzGibbon from New Ross, Wexford County. Personal experience, Niamh, let's have it.
Yeah. Isn't convention great? Trouble is, I had to lock myself in the toilet before I could stop talking for long enough to finish this speech. To finish the speech. And I'm sorry I have to use my notes. I'm still notes dependent. Anyway, hello everybody. I'm Niamh FitzGibbon, councillor from New Ross, and this time last year I was canvassing like crazy, about 20 hours a week, and I wasn't sure that it was worth it or it would be worth it. But a year later, and with the help of this forum, the Hear My Voice forum, gave me such a boost. I got to be a councillor, and I thought I'd use this lot to let you know how it's been being a councillor for the Green Party in 2010. So first, on a very individual level, when I make a phone call to represent somebody in my town, and if I get them what they've asked for, so for example a psychological assessment for a child or something like that, I don't need to tell you how rewarding that is. I may not agree with the fact that the system is flawed and that a lot of my work involves getting for people what they're totally entitled to all along, and challenging that part of the system is talk for another day. Well, what's even more motivating for me is the opportunities given to me by the position. For every 10 people that come to me with a request, one person comes to me with an idea. Or a project or a proposal, little projects that make a little bit but significant difference in our community. Growing our own food, encouraging children to walk to school, ideas about recycling, controlling waste, litter management, litter issues in my town. As you can imagine, having people associate me with positive change and possibilities is what makes me leap out of bed in the morning. It's not easy though. I skip meals, I don't sleep enough, and at times it's really horrible and lonely, especially because it's such a small party. It's horrible when you put forward a motion in council and nobody supports it. And it's really awful when they start shouting at you and all you're trying to do is replace a few trees. And that really did happen. I'll quote you the engineer in my town. He said, 20 trees went out, and he said, I'll put back 15 or 16 or 12 if I feel like it. And they were his exact words. And that kind of arrogance, that has to be challenged. I know it's only small, but when I brought it forward at Town Council, because it made so much sense, a political football was made out of it. And because I was there on my own, it's very isolating, you know, and I need to know how to work with others to make sure that the sensible stuff gets through and work all that. But anyway, ultimately, I know I took a seat from Fianna Fáil, and that's very motivating.
Felix McIntyre.
And I have 10 seconds, swear to God. And I know people respect me for finally getting a green voice for them in New Ross at Town Council. And despite all the hassle, I realise that it's a total privilege, and I'm grateful for it every day. And if anybody's half thinking about standing, think more deeply and talk to me. I'll be at the bar.
Thank you, Niamh. Felix.